Right. Are we sure that we're ready? I mean, because I need to.
Are you ready? Is your chair ready?
No, my chair is not ready. Clearly, we need new chairs. We need chairs.
Mine isn't working. My headset.
Your headset is working. It's got to be working. Come on. Just play with it. Just play with it. Just play with it.
That's what he said.
Yeah. See? In the meantime.
Come on, stay where you are.
Stay where I'm at. Oh, Lord. We're just struggling. Is this going to be one of those episodes? Is this going to be one of those episodes?
Probably, where nothing is doing what it should be doing.
Oh, right. Well, you know what? It is what it is. This is another episode of the Culture Misses podcast. And my computer woke up behind me and I don't even understand. I put that shit to sleep and it just wakes up. Yeah, it's going to be one of those episodes. It's going to... Do you need to look at yourself, Rell? Because I had you up for like 5 minutes.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
You were not paying attention. Anyway, I am Brandon, a.k.a. DJ Silk, and to the right of me
is Rell.
Oh, my God.
A.k.a. Brown Sugar.
Oh, my God. Lord. Would you like to try it again?
No, I just need a little, pause for introduction.
It's the braces, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
I feel like
it's a dramatic effect.
Oh, is that what we're going with today?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well. And to the left of me.
Jazzy.
Oh, are you being dramatic as well?
Jazzy. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have one of those episodes. It's going to be one of those episodes. And we are back post Super Bowl, post Valentine's Day. I'm still mad about the Super Bowl. And
I'm not. I had a good time.
Wait, why are you mad?
Because I hate the Chiefs.
Oh. Usher did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. Did.
Usher, you know what? It wasn't until the Alicia Keys part that I warmed up to the... Well, no, I just thought that I wasn't... My big critique about his performance was I wish he did less songs. I wish, instead of trying to fit 30 years of hits, just less songs so that you could get a feel. Every time he's start to get into something, it's we're into the next song. And into the next song. I was all right. So that was my only complaint about it, but it was a great performance. But it wasn't until seeing him hug Alicia Keys and that smile and that moment and that it was it just hit. It's I got emotional. Yeah, I just got emotional because they just really seemed like they were that wasn't a rehearsed moment. That was a real we made it. Can you believe this shit?
Right. Look how far we've come.
Yeah, and that hit me. And then from there, I'm like, all right, that's okay. I'm getting it. But again, it was just you start singing. It's the first bar or two, and it's all right, and then it's the next song.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they only get 12 minutes.
Well, he got 15. He had the longest in Super Bowl history.
I had a good time, regardless. I loved every single thing that he did. I love when her came out. I was like, okay, girl, you the best guitarist ever.
She killed it.
Well, not
ever. Sorry, since Prince.
Yeah, don't because we're not going to do that.
Okay, of this time living,
they all did an amazing job.
It was fantastic.
And then all the memes, that was so annoying with all the memes coming out about Usher
and Alicia Keys. And it's just
no, you shouldn't be holding another man's wife like that. And you getting too close. And it's just y'all, it's not that deep.
We're doing too much.
It's not that serious, especially her own husband didn't give a fuck.
They're performing.
Right. You're selling a show.
I mean, but still that moment was beyond performance.
Nah, I didn't take it serious.
I did. No, but I mean, not that they were fucking around. I'm just saying that was the highest level of intimacy that she's smiling, looking back, they hug, holding each other. And it just, I'm like,
I mean, they both at the Super Bowl. When was the last time they sung that together?
Exactly.
I get it.
Listen, you doing a show, you better sell it, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, they did. So, I did not appreciate Patrick Mahomes rolling on the field after they won. There's a clip of him, in the end zone, and I'm like, hey, dude,
I can't stand just how he talk. I can't.
Yeah, but I'm the patience. Yeah, he's just lame. And now we got another year of this motherfucking commercials. So anyway, how was y'all's Valentine's Day? Thorough?
Just regular.
Okay. Regular. Yeah, okay. That's good. All right. Okay, all right. Well, I feel like we should just get started.
All right, let's get the dice.
Or do we want to do for the culture? Do we want to do the which the Black History fact?
Oh, we can do that first.
Yeah, because So this is very interesting, right? How do y'all feel about Beyonce in the country album? Have we listened to any of the songs, or?
I mean, I'm not really into country music, so
neither am I.
I heard her songs. I mean, they're not bad, but it's not a big deal to me.
Okay, so I did see a post of someone said that they called their local country station.
Saw that too,
and I was like, relax, people. Radio stations. That's how it works, right? If
you didn't finish what you were saying. Call their country station.
She called the country station, asked for the song. They were like, we don't play Beyonce here, right? Mm-hmm. They sent her an email, right? We don't play Beyonce here. It's a country music station, right? So she posted that as in like, okay, they're hating against Beyonce. And I'm like, well, she just released the album. Like, you got to give it a few. So people started calling the station, requesting it. So then they added it because they're like, oh, so I'm going to give them that. But all right, I have some clips because this is Black History Moment, right? So let's start with 2016. Beyonce and some country artist, she performed her daddy song or whatever she did. And this was the reaction, okay? Response.
What everyone has been waiting for all day to talk about is Beyonce and the Dixie Chicks. Dale here at WYRK has very strong thoughts about that this morning. Tell us, sum it up real quick. What'd you think?
I hated it. I thought it was one of the best award shows that I've seen in a long time. And then Beyonce comes out, and I'm thinking, oh, all right, this should be interesting. I love Beyonce. But then she comes out with the Dixie Chicks, who have separated themselves from country music 10 years ago. And then Beyonce did a self-serving song. I didn't see what it added to the show. I thought it was just ridiculous. I was so much looking forward to Beyonce's performance. I thought maybe she's going to do a cover of a famous song from years ago. No, she does Daddy Lessons from her own album. Forget it. I hated it.
Dale's got a lot to say about this. If you want to hear more about it, guys, tune in to 106.5 WYRK this morning.
That was 2016. That was 2016. All right. So then we fast forward to today. These motherfuckers just out of off the hook. Here we go. John Schneider and Dan Host stir up drama over Beyonce's country tune "Like a Dog Peeing on the Tree." This is a quotable from him, and this is what he had to say.
The lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
They've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a dog walk park. You know, every dog has to mark every tree, right? So that's what's going on here. Shania and the other folks you talked about, what they did is they were in country music and they went out. Mm-hmm. You know, that's one thing. But people coming into country music have because I know a little something about country music. And
so this is how the country music people are reacting. So this clip, shout out to my man Mike Muse. Mike Muse show. He's on Sirius XM. He interviewed this young lady. And so let's get a little history about country music. Oh, I know, Jazzy, I know.
Talk to me about why that is such a strong constitution for you.
Well, it all goes back to, I mean, I obviously studied opera. I was a soprano in a conservatory. But then when I went back to North Carolina, which is my home state, I discovered the banjo, and not just the bluegrass banjo, which is what people are familiar with, but the old time banjo, like the more funky, earlier stuff. I was like, oh, this is so amazing. Like, what is it about this instrument? And then I found out that it was a Black instrument. It was invented by members of the African diaspora in the Caribbean, and is like the underpinning of American culture is literally, like African Americans all up in it. Like Caribbean Americans, like South Americans, like everybody who is brown is like inextricably linked in this music, in this co-creation of this music. And I was shocked.
I want to pause right there because I talk about that all the time. When I talk about the migration pattern of music and blues from the Delta, Mississippi, I talk about the origins of the banjo coming from the Sub-Sahara part of Africa. So I just want to pause for a minute and just have you expound on that just a little bit more. Like, don't rush that part of the story. I'm obsessed with this part of history.
Well, let's get in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the ancestors of the banjo are there's instruments, these kind of instruments all over Africa, but, particularly in West Africa, lute-type instruments, the buchundu, the ngoni, the akonting, and these are not banjos yet. And in the Caribbean, there's a synthesis of a lot of this kind of Pan-African like music and religion. The early banjos were used in religious religious ceremonies, connections to African spirituality, and then they go with. There's a lot of movement from the Caribbean to North America. Also South America. There's a whole nother tradition of what this music does, but particularly following the banjo from the Caribbean up into like South Carolina, North Carolina, goes in New England, it goes everywhere. It goes everywhere Black people go. And for like a couple hundred years, it is a Black instrument. It's known as a Black instrument. And white people don't play it. They talk about it. They remark on it, but they don't play it. And so it's not really until the 1820s and 30s that white mainstream culture starts to go, oh, hey, what's this? I'm like, and then they start manufacturing it, creating music for it. And then it becomes an inextricable part of the minstrel show, So it's like, and then it becomes this like incredibly popular instrument played by everybody for the next 100 years. It's not until the 19-teens and 20s where the segregation of American music gets ossified by the recording industry.
The race
records, white supremacy, and the folk movement. All of this stuff kind of contributes to the Great Migration, which stems in white supremacy. So it all leads back to white supremacy. But there's this, all of these things kind of come together to create this image of the banjo.
So, just like every goddamn thing else in this country that is cool and relevant, it comes from Black and brown people. Country music in particular. So if you've ever I've gone to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it breaks it all down, right? So all these white people are angry because Beyonce is in country music now. K. Michelle is in country music. They hate on Lil Nas X because they want him to be, considered a country artist. And I just feel like our ancestors called and said, get our shit back. And so now we are getting it back. And I can't do the country music yet. I can't do it because every time I hear country music, I just associate racist white people, and I just really don't. So I'm going to need some time before I'm able to embrace it potentially. But I'm going to encourage all y'all, please, we're going to take it back. Because this whole, the lefties have to be in here and they're trying to take our shit. Can't we have anything of our own? It's kind of sad.
I think this is just people being dramatic because music is for everyone. There's Black country artists. And I like country music. I listen to country music. Yeah, music is music. I love all type of music.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, check out Tennessee Whiskey. That's my favorite country song. But it's out of people are getting out of hand, and it's like, okay, your racism is showing because someone's skin color has nothing to do with country music.
But it does.
It doesn't.
No, it shouldn't.
They're making it.
No, it shouldn't, but it doesn't. Because for how all of my life, country music, I didn't associate any Black people with it. I mean, I know there are a few Black artists, but if you look at the country music
so from your background though.
But I think I think for most people, this is why they're upset, because if it was inclusive with everybody, then they wouldn't be tripping about Beyonce. They'd be like, oh yeah, okay, she's from down south, right? So it should make sense. But because they are so used to it being a easily white environment, you go to a country music bar, you don't see Black people at country music bars and stuff. Not like that. Not generally speaking. So they can be white and they can own it and they can have fun and they don't have to worry about us and they don't have to be obvious about it. But now it's changing and they see it coming. So
I think it's a misconception in how they've made country music be perceived, like CMT, right? Or how you think. But country music, there's a lot of Black country music artists, and country music started with Black artists. Yeah. So, and musicians. So
I know. Well, they're upset now. Shout out to Beyonce for listening to the ancestors, because it's about to be a problem. It's about the Beehive is about to get cowboy boots, cowboy hats, and they're going to be up in these spots asking for Hennessy.
Doing them dances right on the bar.
Wow, country music Rell. I love it. And Jazz, you're
not like the country, but I like Carrie Underwood and some of them other
That's
ones.
Country.
Yeah. It's more but it's I don't want to say it's pop because it's country, but
it's pop country.
No, it's
country. Well, no, but there's different. Just like there's different things in every genre of music. There is what is pop, what is
her song back in the day, before he cheats, that type. I like that type of country. I like, but old school,
that type of music, right, is usually women, those upbeat. That's upbeat.
Shania Twain,
exactly.
Those upbeat ones, yes, I like.
But those are the famous country singers though.
No,
like, I'm just saying, like, you
saying
like country music. That is country music.
Yes, but those are probably the only 2-3 people I can name. I can't name, and none of them are black because I've never heard of any. I know there's some, but I don't know of any that.
Like Darius Rucker.
Like, I would have never assumed that came from.
And I think it's where we live too, as well, because I don't know all the black country artists by heart, but there are a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's one from Delaware, isn't there? Isn't there one from Delaware?
I don't know.
It's just what we get to see, and just the fact that they're getting upset just goes to show you. And this dude, I know there was something about country music. Well, clearly, sir, you don't, because if you knew it, you wouldn't fix your mouth to say what you're saying. So yeah, it's like, come on, white people, y'all are not cool like that. I'm not talking about people who happen to be white. I'm talking about white people. Y'all don't season your chicken, okay? You don't.
Yeah, Jimmy Allen.
You don't. You make casseroles. You just, like, come on, just stop it. Like, and what's dope about country music is like the lyricism, like they tell stories. It's relatable. I'm gonna try.
Well, there's your country singer you can start off with, Jimmy Allen.
Jimmy Allen.
Mm-hmm.
What?
He was born and raised from Milton, Delaware. So the southern part of Delaware.
Slower,
lower.
Don't do that.
We
love you, slower, lower. We love you.
No, we don't. But okay.
No, don't do that. Now we're not gonna be able to do no culture mistress things down there. They're gonna be waiting for us.
Yeah, because they slow. By the time we put something in, they ain't gonna respond till like 3 years later.
Like, we was waiting for you.
You were waiting like a tortoise.
When you start hearing them dueling banjos in the background, just run.
So
anyway, so yes, most music comes from African roots.
There you go.
And I'm proud of that. So we're gonna roll it. Y'all looking at this dice. Are you excited? Or do you need inspiration?
I'm begging them.
No.
Oh, we're just trying to come on. Let's roll.
Okay. Well, here at Culture Misses, we're trying to help your love life, your sex life, and we are going to do this thing where we roll the dice, sex dice, and then you guys can do what the dice tell you to do at home. No one has let us know if they've done anything just yet. So, and I haven't used the dice.
The ear one was just
weird. The ear?
Yeah, that was just weird.
Don't kink shame.
I ain't shaming nothing. It was just weird.
It was just weird. All right. What's that say? We're going to kiss lips?
Yes.
Yep.
What does that mean, Jazzy?
Choose your lips to kiss, okay?
Which lips? All right. Here we go.
Kiss whatever you want.
Kiss the question mark. All right. Jazz, you up.
Oh.
All right. All right. Suck the ear.
What is this ear?
Suck the ear. I don't know, man. I don't even know why the ear is on there. I made my own dice.
Suck below the waist. There you go.
Word.
Go ahead, really, Rell.
All right, brown sugar. Kiss below the waist.
I need some new dice.
Well, I mean, they all have the same thing on there. Yeah.
I mean, we're rolling like 9 times.
Squeeze breast. I like that. I love to do that.
Yeah.
I know. I like squeezing breasts. That's nice. All right, so you have your marching orders for your next.
You got some options
for your next rendezvous. Yeah, so someone that I'm getting to know. I was telling her about the dice. She was like, "That's corny." I'm like, "Oh, I guess we won't be doing no dice." I'm gonna just go ahead and put these motherfuckers away.
Damn, shout out to her. She don't sound fun. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a great time. I guess it's just I don't know.
Maybe she's done the dice too many times, so it's corny to her.
I don't know, man.
I wouldn't do dice.
You wouldn't do dice? No.
Yeah.
So old school? Is that dice old school?
Why would you not?
Played out?
It's not. I guess I don't know.
What? Come on, let's talk about it.
So if the guy came in and was like, "Come on,"
if whoever I'm with wants to do it, like I'll do it, but it's not going to be my first choice.
What would be your first choice?
Not doing it.
Wait a minute.
Not doing the why we need dice?
Because it's fun. It's sexy fun.
I can tell you what I like.
Well, let's hear it.
No, that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
I mean, the whole idea is just once you move past just the regular, like we have sex, we do the thing, we do what we do. It is the excitement, like the massage candles.
I would rather write out flashcards and shuffle them and pick them. I would rather
Isn't
do
that the
that
same
than dice.
thing? Isn't that kind of the same thing?
No.
That's a lot of work. Writing stuff out. Do you have legible handwriting?
Doesn't matter.
Because
print that shit out and put it on a flashcard.
I'd be like, I think it says.
Type it out. Make it fun. Really? With that? Okay, Mahomes, go ahead.
Yeah. I think it says.
Is that how you talk
Is
or
that
what?
that or Kermit?
He can't talk. He
What
can't.
are you doing? Kermit the Frog?
Pig,
That's what it sounded like.
just pig.
Yo, you never heard him talk before?
I have.
Oh,
but,
it's terrible.
everyone always like trash talks him. So
Because he's annoying.
But why?
Well,
Because his voice is just annoying.
well,
like,
what he started out for me, what started out is him basically, I think he was a Republican. And I'm like, all right, well, he's a Midwest
hold up, they
person.
poke at his voice.
Yeah, I have. I've heard it since I was in like 7th grade. So it's something that I've kind of embraced. And the guys, Kelsey, Tyreek, and those guys throw some shots at me, but don't worry, I throw shots back.
Well, he's got a unique voice, right? I mean,
Is it?
Yeah.
I think people are dramatic.
No.
But then you have to visualize him too with his rooster haircut.
Oh, it's
and
so annoying.
He's just enough. He's had enough of culture.
Y'all sound like some haters.
I'm definitely
So
hating.
far from it.
No, I'm hating. I'm
not a
on it.
hater. That's not something I would want.
I see what you're saying. No, I don't want his. I like my voice. Do you trade my voice for Patrick Mahomes?
I would take your voice over Patrick any day. Okay, Brandon.
Just like, well, I was going to call it as a podcast. Great quarterback. Republicans. I hate him.
That's not what he sounds like, though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's trash. It sounds like trash. The point is, it sounds like trash. But congratulations to the Chiefs because, they won.
Yes, they did win.
So, all right. It's time to do a shot. It's time to do a shot. It's time to do a shot. Oh, Jazzy, are you feeling away?
So over this shot.
You should.
Fucking over it. Right now, I'm not taking stateside. I'll take something else.
You're not spinning.
Why?
No, because you spun last week.
No, I didn't.
2 weeks ago.
Right.
So you're done.
Jazz.
Well, you better do it. And that's why it's going to be stateside.
No, it's not.
It's gone.
No, it's not. My power's stronger than you. Yeah, baby.
Lord have mercy.
What is it? We have
Honey.
it again. God damn it.
Sorry.
Well.
Over stateside any day.
We're running out of it.
I was focused. You didn't see me staring at that wheel?
You did.
Well, we
you
can
did.
swap it out for something else.
That's the only way we can change it from stateside, Rell. Just stare at it with power.
Power. Is your visual powers?
Yo, I was scrolling on Instagram and they was like showing these 90s TV shows, and this one show was like The Secret World of Alex Mack, and I was like, yo, that bitch had powers.
I don't know that show.
Do you remember that show?
No.
Oh my gosh. She was walking to school and this truck goes by and crashes into like the stop sign, but they were holding secret chemicals and she got chemicals all over her.
That's coming back to me.
You know what I'm talking about? A little bit?
Coming back to me.
She got hit with all these chemicals and now she had like these magic, like she had powers where she had, she can move things with her mind, and then she can like turn into like silver liquid and go under to any room or area.
I kind of remember that.
And then when she comes back formed, she'll be naked. So so you always had to have something to like cover up or whatever.
They really did keep to like what made sense. Like, yeah, you can't turn to silver. Nah, don't do that. No. No.
It just needs a little bit more.
No, it doesn't. It's fine. It's fucking fine. Thank you.
Jesus.
What are we toasting to? What are we celebrating?
Good life. Celebrate to a
It's
good life.
good life. Oh, y'all know that house song.
No, we
well,
don't.
Jazzy might know. You would know it if you heard the song.
Okay,
Tent
maybe.
City. Inner City. Yeah, it's a good life. Yay, Hennessy. Anything is possible.
This is a terrible cheers.
I think we're just, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. It's been a long month. It's been a long year.
A long month and the shortest month?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, we have an appointment on the first Friday of March to go to the club with Elsa.
Oh, okay.
No, she said she can make it now.
But she's going to make it.
How about we confirm this off of?
Well, I thought, because, there's going to be people that are going to want to come, that watch and listen.
Okay.
So we're being good stewards. We're being good stewards and tour guides and all that to just like, hey, this is your opportunity to be with people you can hide behind if it's too much for you. That's all I'm saying.
Good to know.
Rell's like, nah, I'll be handling business.
B, you actually got invited to do something for Valentine's Day. I peeped your, because I be all up on your shit and not say shit.
I know, you lurker.
I'm such a lurker.
Mm-hmm.
You too. I'll be lurking on your shit too.
Okay, y'all are creepy. Why are you being creepy like that?
Just letting you know.
Well, yes, I got invited to have. Why aren't you saying anything? What's the problem? Why aren't you goosing our algorithms by, like liking or so that it's
I am not the only one with the power, okay? It's all of us. It takes all of us to make it work.
I know, but that would be one step.
I do like your stuff.
I like everybody's stuff.
Yeah,
I do like your stuff.
Yes, I did last minute. So I worked. I did the day job, then I worked. I was driving people around. I missed the Lyft Uber strike.
Yo, that is wild.
I had no idea.
So I find out that Uber and Lyft are on strike, okay? And Mr. Soap over here, he be Ubering. I'm like, Brandon, is this affecting you? Like, are you okay? Like, I'm concerned. And he gonna be like, first of all, he didn't respond in a timely fashion because Brandon never does. And then next thing he was like, I didn't even know about it.
I had no idea.
All right.
I saw it, but I didn't think you were driving anymore.
I still got to drive.
Okay.
I still got to drive. So, and what was it? Like the airport, like they struck for like 2 hours or something. I ain't going to do shit. Like talk to me when you're like, yo, we going to take the week off or at least a day.
Mm-hmm.
And their stock price went up that day. Their stock price, they hit a new high.
Well, aren't they saying like I don't know if it's affecting you at all, but aren't they charging like a whole bunch of fees? So even to make the amount you get for an hour, you have to drive like 80 hours.
Oh, it's just terrible. Like they charge customers more. They pay the drivers less. So it's really bad. So, so something's got to be done. So you do agree with the requirement? Oh yeah, I just think like 2 hours
is not worth. Yeah,
like at the airport, like
it wasn't enough.
No, and I understand like people got to work, so it's hard to just say like we're just not going to do it. But I don't. Again, 2 hours at the airport, and it was only the airport. I think they were like, we're not picking anybody up in the airport. What the fuck is that going to do?
Oh yeah, I don't know. They made it seem like it was like everywhere they were going on strike. Now that would have made a bigger impact.
Well, yeah, it was all these cities, but like at the airport, and so maybe they're striking against the airport fees. I don't know. I tend not to talk to other drivers because they're crazy. Like just give me headaches. They speak in circles. I'm like, you're not making sense.
There's some cities where you can't even get a Lyft or Uber from the airport.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember where I traveled to because they're trying to, give the work to the local cab.
No,
local
they're not trying to give the work to the local cab. They're trying to collect licensing fees. So, like to pick up from the airport, a cabbie you have to have a specific airport license, and that comes with like certain insurance, like whatever parameters they put in place. But at the end of the day, it's a cash grab. So that was like the big thing in the very beginning with Uber and Lyft. Like for the taxi drivers, they're like, damn, like we have to get our medallion. We have to use a certain credit card processor. You have all these regulations that we have to follow in order to be able to do this job.
Just for Lyft pick up at the
Uber
airport.
didn't.
Or anywhere actually, but specifically the airport. Yeah, and then Lyft and Uber comes in and they're direct competitors to cabs, but they don't have to follow the same rules because you don't have to have a medallion. Now in New York, you do have like rideshare drivers. You have to have a specific license and like a number that's kind of like medallion, but
what's medallion?
So
like a specific.
It's like a license. So like the taxi number. So this is the sad shit, right? So if you were in New York, let's say your dad, your grandfather, whatever, was a taxi driver, right? Back in the day, they might have paid several $1,000s for a medallion. It's a number, serial number, and you own that medallion. And now you can drive that cab, right? And you can pass that down. People retire off of that. So at one point in time, medallions in New York were valued at like $1.5 million a medallion. So yeah, if you wanted to drive a cab, you had to get a medallion. So what would happen is like, say you have a medallion and you don't care to drive, then you can rent your medallion out to a driver. But because of Uber and Lyft, the values went all the way down to the point where I think New York stopped even issuing medallions.
Damn.
So yeah, it's a lot of bullshit. But yeah, 2 hours not picking up at the airports across the country. I don't.
Didn't have a huge effect.
I think you have to like do at least a day, 2 days, and not announce it's going to be 2 days. Like we on the low, like we will not work for 2 days, but be like, yo, we just not working until we're happy, because they can account for that. They can say, all right, well, in 2 days we'll be good again, or in 2 hours we'll be good. So anyway, so I worked. I worked Valentine's Day. I came home. I put my pajama bottoms on. I sat at my workstation. I'm like, all right, let me edit this episode. And then I get a text. And it's like, hey, we're out at this bar. Why don't you come through? And I'm like, okay. And so one of the people is going through treatments. And so I'm like, I need to spend time, like, because life is short.
Right.
So I'm glad I didn't take my socks off, because if I had taken my socks off,
you would have just put them back on, Brandon.
It would have been harder though.
Oh,
so I would have put new socks on. I don't like putting old socks on. That's just weird to me. Like this, it's just
whatever. You would have had socks on,
but I didn't think about it. But I was committed to getting the episode edited. So, but we had a nice time, nice drink. So yes, that was my Valentine's Day. What did you do for Valentine's Day?
I had a little one, so gave her some candy, stuffed animals.
Okay.
My dad stopped by. My dad every year he brings me roses, and then he brings my little my PO. He brings the PO chocolate covered strawberries.
Okay.
So nice. So then me and the guy, he actually has plans later today. So
okay, nice.
Yeah, since we couldn't celebrate during the week, today's the day.
Today's the day. Rell.
I also spent time with my little one, and why are you looking at me like that?
Just waiting here.
And I cooked dinner with my mom and my sisters, and
that was it.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple.
And my little one wanted to eat all of her candy that she brought home from school, and I'm like, no.
Do they still do the Valentine's Day cards?
They do. Well, at this one, they do the cards, and then they do a friendship day. So that's what they call it, like celebrating friendship.
Everything gotta be so watered down. Like, just
we're having a friendship day party. I'm like, okay. Here are your cards with the lollipops.
I feel like
bye, girl.
I feel like by having a friendship day, you're kind of inadvertently sexualizing Valentine's Day.
I don't see it that way, but
because you're like
you don't want to call it Valentine's Day. You're gonna call it Friendship Day.
You're gonna call it Friendship Day. Like all of a sudden, that puts just a nefarious energy on Valentine's Day, and it's just like you're kids. You're just.
Yeah,
you're getting a box of cards.
You gotta remember too,
names.
half these schools don't even do grades anymore. They do numbers, and if they're not doing numbers, then it'll be like, I remember I had a conference, and they were like, okay, well she's right here. It could be 720 and 950, and I don't know where she's at. It'll just have a line in the middle, and I'm like, well, what does that mean? Because she's like in the middle of it.
Did you call my daughter average?
Like, is she in the middle or is she above? Or like, because they'll say like somewhere around these numbers, and I'm like, this is too off. Like, what? This is not telling me anything. I need to know. They're like, well, she's around that area. That's not telling me anything.
They don't know,
because they don't want them to stress out when it comes to grades. And I was like, well, what the fuck are they stressing out about then?
You know,
their responsibility is to get good grades. Whether that's doing chores, whether that's making sure your room is clean, like little shit like that. They can stress. Oh man, I got to finish this project.
You know, I got to take that chicken out the freezer for my mama.
Right. Like, I want you to worry about the shit I had to worry about, okay?
Yeah, don't do that.
What you mean?
Because actually, as a person,
there?
yes.
Oh,
because as a person I was a terrible ass student. Like, is it really?
Terrible, so
I know. I just like. I'm feeling that a little bit. Like, is it like we're supposed to be learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, as long as they're learning.
But how am I supposed to know she's learning at the right level if you giving me some weird ass numbers and can't tell me she is at 870 and she needs to be above 9, and instead you're telling me she's at 873 between these two numbers? She's okay. Like,
that's average. I get it though, but like I just think about the grades. I don't know. I kind of dig it. I feel like maybe I grew up in the wrong time because I would have been happy.
Or do satisfactory, outstanding, and then whatever. Like, give me those. I remember those.
You know what the problem is always going to be is like they're trying to remove negative energy, right? Like the negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that as long as there's a value system, a grading system in place, whether it's grades, whether it's numbers, whether it's acorns, speaking of acorns, I'm gonna hold that thought. There's going to be something that's low and there's going to be something that's high. So if you get the low score, you're going to feel bad about it. Like they're like, oh, we're not going to give Fs anymore. Like, okay, for example, when I worked at the Ivy League school, no one ever failed. You either got an A or a B. Okay, but if you got a B, that's not an A. So a B is kind of not a good thing.
I don't like that, because in life, you're going to either succeed or you're going to fail. And when you fail, that's supposed to put fire in, depending on your personality, right?
Yeah, not
supposed to put fire under you to do better.
Yeah.
Or if you fail, you try again.
Right.
And you're going to lose that if you don't care about where you place.
Yeah, because life
you can
ain't,
become complacent.
Life ain't easy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
these little moments need to, like, all right, well, you'll be okay, and we'll try it again. We'll do better.
I agree with you on that.
You think at my job I can just fail and they're gonna be like,
give it another 10, 20 years with these kids coming through, and you will be able to fail. And they'll be like, it's okay.
Like,
no, like
even
that's crazy.
even the education system right now, they're not even, their stuff hasn't been updated when it comes to COVID. Like, half these kids didn't even finish properly and finish what they were supposed to learn because of COVID.
They're behind.
They're behind.
They're like
but
3 years behind.
The state never changed, like the state testing. They never changed any of that. So you got kids taking, the state testing, and they have to be at a specific level. Well, you can't expect for them to even pass or be at that level when during COVID for 2-3 years doing virtual when they weren't used to that. And then you got parents being teachers who ain't trying to be teachers, because I ain't trying to teach. But if I'm thankfully, I didn't have to deal with that to a certain extent, because my kid was always, hey, mommy, I got to do work on the computer. All right, do your thing. And if you need help, I'm here. But, others weren't as fortunate. They got to teach, and you're working from home. And
oh, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And
they just pass everybody along.
Just passing everybody along. No student left behind shit. Like, nah, some of these need to get behind because they need help. And you're not providing it.
I can't remember what the numbers are, but there's a lot of students now that can't even read because of COVID.
Oh yeah, they're jacked up. No, they're jammed up.
There's going to be
generation.
this whole generation.
They can't read. They can't tell off a clock. Like, they can't tell you anything with a clock unless it's analog.
Oh man, that was homework the other day with my niece. Man, they learn money, right?
Right.
So a quarter is 25 cents, right?
Oh man,
and now we're learning time. And they're like, a quarter past, whatever. And she's like, 25 minutes. I'm like, no, baby, no.
I know, but that's fucked up, because it makes sense.
It does, right?
Yeah, it's like, why is a quarter? But
and then I'm trying to teach, okay, this is a quarter of something.
Yeah, because it's not fair that they're not teaching them how to read an analog clock, and then referring to analog terms, because the analog would be a quarter a pi. So these poor babies.
I know, they're getting misled. Even with reading and learning different words, she'll be like, but that's not, what would it be? Oh my goodness. It was a word, I can't remember, like wood or something like that. And she didn't know, she knows wood, WOOD. And then when we'll go over WOULD, and she's like, but mommy, there's no U in wood. It's WOOD. And I'm like, I know, girl.
It's because they don't teach them, and they don't teach them to sound things out anymore. No, as crazy as that sounds.
Well, her school does, because we be practicing all the time.
You have to sound things out, but there's words that they're like, you just know this word. And this word is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, this word is this. And I'm like, no, you gonna be sounding things out, because that's how you, it's like a whole different way of
I am happy
teaching and learning.
What I did. But acorns. Did you see that video of the police officer that shot in the car because an acorn hit him?
Yes.
I heard about that.
Oh my goodness. I saw that.
Right now.
He did. He quit.
He did. He stepped down voluntarily. Well, he stepped down. We don't know if he quit yet.
No, he quit. You can't. If you guys, and I'm not going to play the sound. He sounds crazy, but he's walking. There's a suspect in the car. They already have him caught in the car. And apparently an acorn fell off a tree and hit him, or he heard it, or
it hit him. He felt it.
He felt it, and he dumps his magazine into the car.
Wait, I'm sorry. You have to back up. You got to build it up. This man, he feels it drop on him. He freaks out, dives into the street, is laying on the ground like a sniper, and just blows up the car with his bullets. After one, you didn't hear anything, you didn't feel anything, but you dropped to the ground like you had been shot.
All right, I did find the video, and I feel like the sound is worthy, because he does sound crazy. And they're like,
he thought he was under fire.
He's like, are you okay? I feel crazy.
right. I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from. Go this way. Can you move? Yeah.
We hold on.
So he said he heard
to a very high standard.
Let me find. I gotta find a clip
I
of that
heard a
shit.
pop. So he had a partner with him?
Well, there was other cops on the scene. So yeah, Rell, you hit that on the head. And now, like,
because I was like, what is happening? Like an acorn? Like, I know if you live on the East Coast, you know what an acorn falling on you feels like. See, he just freaked out. He dove on the ground. And he could have killed. Luckily, no one got hurt.
I was about to say that. He's lucky
all those
no one was in there.
No, but there were other people. It's on a residential street that he just let go the whole magazine.
He shot into the police car.
Oh, you owe me it wasn't a regular car? Because you owe me a new car.
But there's a suspect
in the car.
Oh, Jesus.
But he didn't get hurt, luckily.
Oh, my gosh. I've been...
And so this is why the problem with police training, right? I don't want to say problem. No, it's a problem.
It is a problem. We are the least trained by number of hours.
So they're trained to dump. Like, it's not like fire one shot. You empty your clip. So once you start firing, that's why they just, like the girl and I'm like, what is wrong with people? Imagine, Jazz, Rell locks herself out of her apartment. So she decides that she's going to break the window to get in.
Yeah, it's your own place.
She breaks the window. You and her go in. Somebody calls the police. The police show up.
Mm-hmm.
They bang on the door. They're like, police, police. Rell is like, I don't know what that is. And she grabs her gun and comes to the door. And they dump their clips into Rell.
Oh, no.
She's actually, the woman's alive. But I'm watching the video and I mean, they just are firing. And I'm like, that's way too much.
Why? Because they saw the gun or what?
Well, they saw her. I mean, I get it. They saw her in a gun or whatever and they didn't know what was going on.
Do they not believe in tasers? I'm confused.
Well, I mean, if you see somebody with a gun, you meet deadly force with deadly force.
Even with the tasers. You remember the older guy?
They just assumed that she was a bad person.
With the taser and they killed him?
Well, they hit him in his head or something.
I don't remember, but you remember that one?
Yeah, I mean, people have died from taser, but I just think of the guy they tased up.
Sitting under you? I'll get you, bitch.
It was a domestic dispute, and the police came, and so one thing led to another, and they hit him with the taser. And nothing happened. And he looked at his girl and was like, I'm going to get you, bitch.
And she said,
it was just nothing. He had a cigarette. But no, you meet deadly force with deadly force. And when you go to shoot somebody, they actually train you to kill.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to use your gun, you're going to
kill. But it's just disheartening when you like that video. He dumped his clip. You got hit with a acorn. And then you're like, they're asking me like, you all right? I feel crazy, but I think I'm okay.
My legs are numb.
This dude was like, I think it hit me in my vest. Like, yo, you terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All these cops need to get evaluated.
Police work, I would never be a police officer. It's a dangerous job, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we need more training.
We need better training.
We don't have the training.
Well, you have to blow the system up and start all over. Because the reason why we had police is because of the slaves were freed. We didn't have police force before the slaves were freed. And then the slaves were freed in the 13th Amendment. Is it 13th or 14th where they freed the slave? Whatever. And then they were like, except if you commit a crime, then you're re-enslaved because you go into prison. So the whole justice system, everything fundamentally is based on the premise of trying to lock people up, not on the premise of rehabilitating people. So yeah, we'd have to start from the very beginning. Like,
don't other countries have successful police forces?
Yeah. But they also don't have enslaved people in their history like that. So anyway.
Well, I have
what you got?
I got some terrible dating stories for Valentine's Day. Alrighty, let's see here.
Okay.
All right, I got a few, so we could go back and forth or whatever. This one said, I had been dating this girl for 3 months. It was Valentine's, and she insisted on a specific restaurant at a specific time. I made a reservation, and we went. Well, her ex was there with a new lady, and I didn't know this, but her ex and I look very similar. This lady had a type. Long story short, she wanted to make said her ex jealous, and it worked. We broke up at the restaurant, and I found out 2 weeks later they were back together. I hope they're well.
Did you say how long they were dating for?
3 months.
So, all right, I guess. I
mean, listen.
I think it's important to remember that, like, if you date a new person, you probably shouldn't go to the same spot you went with your other person. Yeah. If you can avoid it.
I feel like she set that up.
She probably
and he didn't know that was the place that he had been, or she had been.
All right. I had been dating this guy for about 5 months, and I had recently been introduced to his friend group. In this group was Becca, his roommate's longtime girlfriend. Becca and I were strikingly similar in appearance. On Valentine's Day, my boyfriend and I went to a movie and out to eat. We headed back to his place, and on the kitchen counter is a gorgeous arrangement of flowers and a card he said was for me. When I opened the card, however, it is to Becca from my boyfriend. Apparently, he had mistakenly swapped cards. Being the absolute petty person I am, I said nothing. I waited until his roommate and Becca returned from their night. When Becca commented on how nice the flowers were, I handed her the card and said, "This is for you." Grabbed my coat and left. I feel like there's another one in here like that. I was excited about my first Valentine's Day with someone. I didn't have a boyfriend until after I was 21, and I was hyped. I bought him a man's gold chain that cost me $200. I paid for us to go out to dinner. Brandon, she paid to go out to dinner.
She's a winner.
And then to a comedy club.
Double keeper.
Before we went out, I presented him with his gift. And he said he didn't buy me anything, that it was a Hallmark holiday, and it was just another day to waste money on cards and such. I was so shattered that I did nothing but cry during dinner and at the comedy club. He also did nothing to try to help me pay for any of it. I stupidly stayed with him for many years after that, but the whole relationship was a disaster, and I never wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day ever again. At least I got my money back for the necklace.
How'd she get her money back, I wonder? Oh, I mean, I know you don't know, but like...
What was your question?
How will she get her money back?
She probably took the damn necklace back.
And pawned it later on.
A $200 gold necklace? That's giving plating. What, the Spencer's gift and got the gold necklace that you pay per
the length. For the length. Yo.
He is dying over there.
No, because when I was a little kid, I wanted a gold necklace, but they're so bad.
You could choose
choose this.
What do they do? Put a clasp on it for you?
Yeah.
And everything? You can still make that come true. I'm pretty sure they have that at Pagoda. Oh my goodness.
My ex proposed to me at the top of a Ferris wheel on Valentine's Day.
Aww.
I truly cared about him and loved him very much, but he was extremely selfish and a bit of a narcissist. So I knew marriage was not an option for us.
I dropped that ring.
My answer was, I'm sorry, but no. Apparently, he paid the Ferris wheel operator a few extra bucks to keep us at the top for 10 extra minutes. It was the longest awkward 10 minutes of my life. The worst part was the operator gave him a thumbs up when we got back down. After we got off the ride, he left me to find my own ride home, and in the following days proceeded to tell our friends how I ruined his life. When they tried to explain some of his toxic behavior to him, he told them he knew I had gotten to all of them and turned them all against him.
Why would she see? That's what I don't understand. Like, if someone is that toxic, or like, why are you with them?
Because the dick is probably really good. No, sometimes, it's like easy to deal with the devil, than what's out there. Like, he was good enough to keep around, just not good enough for long term. Here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah.
Mm. The worst Valentine's Day was a guy at my job brought me roses, balloons, and a teddy bear and put it on my desk. The problem was he was very married, and I had told him many times I was not interested in cheating with him. It was incredibly embarrassing, and I was angry people thought that I was messing around with him. I told him off, and he said he should be giving that shit to his wife, not a coworker.
Right.
You should.
You should.
Who you mad at?
But technically, she wouldn't be cheating with him. She's not in a relationship.
That is true.
You
right? Accepting gifts. All right, go ahead. I asked you to give this to me.
Right. It's like, you the one that's married. That's your wife. That's your relationship. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I hear you.
Don't do that,
We're like,
I'm just saying.
But he's the one in a relationship, not her. He buying her.
Yeah, but if you know that he's married, buying the, like, it's not her fault, but like, Like, I feel like that comment goes beyond like someone just buying gifts for someone.
I'm just saying, like, if it's somebody you're really like attracted to,
I mean, but she must be doing something for him to keep coming back.
No, she doesn't have to be doing nothing. She's just existing.
Yeah, that's true too. We don't always.
She said hi to him last week.
Yeah, that's true.
In the office, like men will just
they just do it just to do it.
Yeah.
Ooh, if you guys listening, you could just see Brown Sugar's face when
She was like,
she's been through some things. She been through
some guy brought you something real. Some guy keep offering to buy you lunch.
No, but it's like there's like you got work husbands and all that at work, and people like buying you stuff, and
yeah.
Speaking of,
I think everybody's definition of a work husband though is very different.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Yeah, it can't be a work husband if it's not a mutually engaging relationship. Like if it's just one person that's into it and the other person not, then that's not a work husband. That's a stalker or an admirer. So work husband is like, yeah, you both are treating it as a relationship between the hours of 9 to 5 or whatever your thing is.
I planned a very simple Valentine's Day dinner with my then girlfriend, who I had been seeing for about 3 months at this point. She was very sweet and appreciative at the beginning of the night, but her mood declined as it got later. I didn't push it too hard, but the day after, she stopped responding to my messages. When I finally got a hold of her to ask what I had done wrong, she confessed that she was upset because she assumed I was going to propose on Valentine's Day. I was absolutely shocked and said that the thought hadn't even crossed my mind because we were so early going in the relationship. Needless to say, we didn't last.
See, even this story and the other one, like the Ferris wheel one, like do normal people not be like, oh yeah, I want to get married? Like you don't have that conversation that leads up to that.
Yeah, you should.
When you ask, I personally believe that when you ask someone to marry them, it's a technicality. It's like by that point in time, because you've discussed it, you've worked it out. Like
you know she's gonna say yes.
Yeah, this is when is it going to be asked versus like the ring, that whether or not you can get away with doing a public type thing versus maybe it needs to be personal or private. Like all of these things, and these guys that do this shit, like they're trying to pressure. They're trying to apply heavy amounts of pressure. Like I can't embarrass him by saying no in front of all these people.
Newsflash, she will.
Well, Jay Figs will.
She will embarrass you.
I was listening to this a podcast called The Read, and they had a listener letter, and it was this woman, and she was in a long distance relationship with a guy who lived in Australia, and she said she made it clear that she did not want to get married. She did not believe in marriage, right? But she loves him, and she wants to be committed, would be committed to him. And they had an upcoming trip to Greece, and she had gone through his email to look for something like flight confirmation, but then there was a ring from Costco that he bought, like an engagement ring, and it was like 20,000. Like I don't know, it was a high ticket thing. Yeah. And so then she was freaking out. She was like, "I found this ring. We have a trip coming up. I have made it clear that I do not want to get married, and I feel like he's going to propose to me." What would you do in that situation?
Is getting married and being engaged are two different things.
That is one step. That is a step towards that. But it also could have been just I'm going to give you a ring anyway. Like we don't have to ever
we don't have to go fully
through the ceremony and all that. Like make it legal. We can just
be together, wear your ring, and call it a day.
Yeah, I own you, bitch. Put on this.
Y'all could both wear rings and
I thought
go
that
from there.
too. I'm like, this could be just a symbol of commitment. Like I'm committed to you.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that sounds like a conversation.
It needs, but yeah, it's either she's being a little bit too outrageous, or he's being very pushy. You know what I mean?
Even in that situation?
No, because of somebody.
I think it was like a long time. I think they've been dating I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like they've been dating for like 6 years. So this is not like a new thing.
Yeah, but if someone tells you that's a boundary. Like marriage is a boundary. Like I don't want any parts of that. And then for him to do that is crossing a boundary.
Yeah, because he could have I guess not easily, but he could have mentioned, well, let's not get married, but I still want to get you this.
Yeah, like I have a ring fantasy. I have a fantasy about buying you a ring, and like.
So he should have said that beforehand.
100%, yeah. So then when it did have like he doesn't have to say I want you to marry me, but I want us to be committed to each other and give her the ring, and that's your promise and your commitment to her.
Yeah.
Why can't he just do that spur of the moment without it being?
That's what I'm saying. But since he made it, we don't know if he did or not, though. Well, we don't know if that was his plan. Because she just saw the ring, was like, I told you not to propose. And he's like, I wasn't going to propose, but I still wanted to have a moment with you. Like, we don't know, though. Because that's wild.
I hope they write back in.
Yeah, right? Because that's a good one. And I got this one. On Valentine's Day, after 10 years of marriage, after I had made his favorite meal and given him a nice card and a gift, he said, "Oh, is that today? I didn't realize the date." I got nothing, not even an apology. The kicker. His birthday was the day before, which I had also made a big deal of and celebrated.
You don't give to get.
Yeah, but this is 10 years in.
You don't give to get. You don't give to get. I'm not saying it's fucked up, but what I'm just saying is you don't give to get. Like, you just...
I'm reading this and it's coming off as if he used to give her things, and then because this year is the year where it's like, and you didn't even get me anything, and your birthday, I made a big deal on your birthday. Like, this is not a new thing.
But could you imagine, because your birthday's in May, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine your guy being like, I made a big deal about your birthday, and you talking about Valentine's Day?
But it's the day before, so she's like, how do you forget Valentine's Day? Because every year Valentine's Day,
because he's focused on his birthday.
No. That's like Christmas. Like, if your birthday is a day before Christmas, you ain't gonna forget Christmas.
I think it depends on like what kind of person you are, because there's some people who are like really big on their birthday.
Yeah,
like,
I'm big on
if you don't call and wish them a happy birthday, it's like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Or if you forget. Well, I think anniversaries are important. But like, if I'm married to you, you don't remember our anniversary?
But that's
hard.
But what if I feel like it comes down to the person, right? So if it's a person who's into those types of things and then they forget it, that's a bigger deal than someone who's just not into those things. Like, if you're with a person who's like, they celebrate hard on birthdays, they celebrate all the holidays, and they've made a big deal about anniversary and then they miss it, that's alarming versus someone who is just, they always are forgetting because that's their personality. They're just not a priority for them.
But if that's your partner, you should want to make that a priority.
You should. You absolutely should. But sometimes we just lack.
And then if you know that you're like, to your point, like if you know that your partner is not good with those things, like, okay, hey babe, next week is Valentine's Day. What are we doing? What do you want to do?
Yeah, it's like managing up, right? It's like managing your manager.
This is my reminder. Yeah. Don't say you
and
forgot.
And then if you mess up then it's like, all right.
I'm just of the mind now where if I don't expect from people the things that I know they can't do just because I would like for them to do it. So like one of my friends, you know, we've been friends since 6th grade. If he remembers my birthday, it's a win. If he doesn't, it's like, all right, because that's just always how he's been. I don't expect that from him. So I would like to believe that if I had a significant other and she was forgetful, I'm not going to be like, she knew it was Valentine's Day.
Brandon, I don't think so.
It's not.
No,
that's not true.
No, you would take it personal.
You would.
No, I would shut down if we just
see.
But I mean, shut it down. We're gonna shut down Valentine's Day, like, so we're not even gonna acknowledge Valentine's Day. Like, we're not.
But see, that's a negative.
Yes, because you're hurt
because you feel some type of way because she forgot you did all this extravagant thing for her.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Is that Valentine's Day? I forgot.
No, but you love that stuff. So
I do love that stuff. But if I'm with somebody that they're not into that stuff, then I'm not going to play either. I'm going to do it. I'm going to either do it. I'm either going to do it and not expect anything in return.
Bullshit.
Or no, I don't even do that.
Brandon,
to me.
you have to be with someone who shares the same importance like you do. Like, if you make a big deal of your birthday or Valentine's Day, they need to too, because that works for you. You are not the type to be with somebody who does that, because then you're going to take a chance of, well, fuck it then. They don't care, then I ain't going to put it in the effort. Right. That's not you. Your personality is you want to make them feel amazing, and they should make you feel amazing.
Yeah, but I'm in a different stage in life now. I just
because of all the bad experiences.
I'll just take myself out. She's like, where are you going? I'm going out for Valentine's Day.
See, there it is, right there.
No, but I am big on just setting people up for their success. And if I know that they can't handle it, then I'm not gonna put that pressure on you. So if you're a forgetful holiday person or you're not into it, then I'm not looking to you for that. Just don't be at that high level and then change, because then that's a problem.
Okay.
Go ahead. With your Fitbit, Rell.
Here you go, Rell. You can. Because
I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be with anyone who's not going to match my energy with
facts.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Listen, if you're gonna deal with Brandon, please make sure you celebrate these holidays with him. Okay, go all out for that man's birthday and Valentine's Day. Okay.
Yeah, match my energy.
Oh,
it's hard.
Now match his energy.
Well,
you know what?
If you can.
I'm done with you, Brandon.
You never mind.
No, what? Say it. Say it.
You remember when I don't remember, it was an anniversary with your ex and like you made the hotel room nice, bought the lingerie. What was that?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day?
It was Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she didn't get you anything. You were upset.
I was, but then that was also early 20s, Brandon.
You would still be upset.
You would still be
now,
upset. That's why you told us the story.
Yeah, because I was bringing out the point that people can be selfish. But I'm just saying, at this stage, right now, it's like, maybe I'm used to it. I mean, I'm conditioned, but I don't, it's like, oh, if you're not going to do it, that's fine. Also, next year, I'm not doing as much. Like, I'm not showing up the way I showed up.
But that's not you. You would be changing yourself on how you are as a person because of how that person treats you. Then you shouldn't be with that person. That person is not, no, you should be with someone. But also, I wouldn't
be upset about that, though. That's the thing. It's not like the next year I'm like, I wanted to do these things for you. It's not coming to mind. It's like, you don't appreciate it or you're not into it. So fine, I'm not going to put that energy into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
This is all because he's upset about the dice. He really wants to use those dice and she shot down.
This is the same conversation you had with me last year for Valentine's Day when I was like, Valentine's Day is not really a big deal for me. I don't, blah, blah, blah. I'm still feeling the same way.
But you're doing it, right?
Yeah, because it's important to him. So that's why. So you should.
I don't know what he owes me, but yes.
So you should be with someone who is willing to do that for you,
but if
and not just accept. No.
But if she's not,
if you tell us that she does not do that for you, you don't need to be with her.
It's hard out here, so we gotta pick and choose. What
you need to pick someone who gives you the same energy.
All right.
All right, Rell.
Alrighty, am I the asshole for telling my husband I hate my Valentine's gift?
Yes, for real. No,
so here's the story. We should not have done this for him. This was your idea, my man, and he is triggered.
For this Valentine's Day, my husband and I agreed that we weren't going to get each other any gifts and just focus on quality time with each other. My only exception was that he'd get me flowers for the day. Nothing expensive or crazy, just a small bouquet of daisies, my favorite flower.
She a pain in the ass.
I've always been vocal about my desire for flowers once in a while and try to make it easy for him to understand what I want. He doesn't get my flowers on our anniversary, my birthday, or any other special day of the year. And I really wanted flowers for Valentine's Day. The day came up and we go out to eat and do other fun stuff. But the whole day, I was waiting for him to surprise me with the flowers. Instead, at the end of our dinner, he tells me he has a surprise. And it ends up being a pair of earrings. They weren't really my style, but I really tried to be grateful for what he got me. When we got home, I couldn't hold it in any longer. And I asked my husband about the flowers. He said he didn't get them. And I responded by saying, I would rather have them than these ugly earrings. I will admit my words were really harsh, but I'm really tired of him not listening and ignoring what I really want.
That's
so
fair.
Am I the asshole for telling my husband I hate my Valentine's Day gift?
Yep.
Your delivery was kind of mean, but no.
Listen.
Don't listen to Brandon. He's been scarred.
No. I don't understand I'm telling you that we're not going to do anything. We're just going to focus on quality time and then turn around and be like, oh yeah, but I want some flowers. Like it's one or the other. Are we going to?
It doesn't have to be one or the other. She just wanted flowers.
Yeah, but then say you want flowers instead of being like, we're not going to exchange gifts. We're going to focus on quality time. That to me, that's it might be just male logic, but it's like one or the other. Not that flowers are a big deal per se, but if you're setting up a situation where the dynamic is we're not going to spend any money, we're not going to we're not going to burn energy on external things. We are actually just going to focus on each other. Then that's what it needs to be. To be like, we're going to focus on each other. Oh yeah, but I want flowers. Because, that doesn't make sense to me. Then.
Yeah, I don't see that logic.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, okay, so, and that's why he went out and bought them dumbass earrings.
So you rather spend your money on something that she did not want versus what she specifically told you to get. Like, this is what kills me because guys are so big on she don't communicate, she don't tell me what she wants. If you just straight up and tell me blah blah blah. Okay, well, here we go. I want daisy flowers for Valentine's Day, but we don't got to do nothing else. She's telling you what she wants.
I agree.
And you left and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the earring store and I'm gonna get her these earrings. Mama, nobody said earrings.
He saw those earrings.
Or you should get both. You should have got her the flowers and the earrings. Then you would have got some that night.
True. He saw those earrings and he said, "It looks like my baby."
No.
I see. He looks like my baby.
So then why didn't you give me at the beginning of the night so I could wear them the whole night? If you wanted to see me in these earrings.
I don't know, because he's a dumbass.
So your response is a dumbass. So
no,
yes.
I still be like, keep that energy. If we're not spending any money, we're not getting anything, each other anything, then we're not getting not even flowers. We're just spending time. That sends mixed signals.
That is not a mixed signal.
So why did he get her something then?
Because the flowers, it's like, I guess she was expecting. We're dumb. Men are dumb. I give you that. And he probably felt like, well, the flowers were just letting him, signaling that he needed to show up. Because then you say he had kind of dropped the ball for other things.
She wanted flowers because he doesn't get her flowers for any other
said
holiday.
That he never gets
things, right?
Flowers. She always tells him that he loves flowers and he knows the type, but he never buys them for their anniversary, birthday, or any other special day.
Divorce him.
How you just flip like that?
That's a divorce. We're not even saying divorce.
I'm saying divorce because he's not listening.
I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't go straight to divorce.
Yeah.
Go to counseling.
Get you somebody that'll get you the daisies or whatever the fuck flowers you need. That's frustrating. Now I'm frustrated. I'm feeling you. All I asked for was some flowers, and you bought me these dookie earrings. And now, but she didn't have to deliver it in that way. She could have just been like,
right. Her delivery was maybe she should have waited a day or two to then say it. But I mean, are you overly wrong? No, it was your delivery that was wrong.
Or even, you know what? Even ask. So what's the story behind these earrings? Like, what?
Brandon, you know he ain't gonna have a story.
But I mean, was it the lady at the Walmart that was like, honey, these will be great?
You better not be going to Walmart to get her these damn earrings.
And he just said, I asked my husband about the flowers. He said he didn't get them.
Clearly.
He said, I had money for either earrings or flowers.
Flowers, and you didn't get them.
He was like, the earrings will last forever. The flowers will be dead.
He getting ignored for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Make your own shit.
No, but I do think that just in general, if someone gets you a present and you don't understand why, like it's not your thing, you at least ask, like, so what? Because intentions are important, right? Mm-hmm. So if the story is like, well, remember in 6th grade, our teacher had these earrings and blah, 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 and we thought they were funny and like she forgot that story, then that might be like, oh, okay, I get it. It makes sense. I want my flowers, but I get it. But to just so find out the story. What?
So I hear you on that, right? But I think the issue is the history. So is she wrong for how she said it? 100%. I don't think she should have said it like that. Later on, I would have said, I've expressed to you many times that daisies are my favorite flower, and that's all that I ever want from you. Mm-hmm. Valentine's days have passed. It doesn't say how long they've been together, but Valentine's Day has passed. Birthdays have passed. Anniversaries have passed. Okay. And I've asked you for daisies. And then this time I specifically asked you that I know we're not exchanging gifts, but I'm asking you for flowers. And you still didn't give me flowers.
So she got earrings, no flowers, and I'm sure she didn't get him anything.
No, they said they weren't exchanging gifts.
Right, but she got flowers, and that's the fucked up part. So you say, we're not exchanging gifts, but really what she said was, you're going to give me a gift of flowers, and I'm not going to get you anything but this quality time. So that's why initially I'm like, it's kind of fucked up. Because she got herself out of getting him anything, but she made a request. So what she should have said is, this Valentine's Day, I'm not getting you anything. You're going to get me something, and I want this something to be flowers. And then he went and got. But
she did say that. She said that differently. She said we're not getting each other anything.
My only expectation
there it is
was that
flowers.
He gave me flowers.
And it's not cool.
You literally just said the same thing she just read.
I know.
So how is that expensive?
But I'm just saying, how are you going to tell somebody you're going to give me a gift and I'm not going to get you a gift?
Because they had a conversation and that's what it was.
No, it doesn't sound like a conversation. It sounds like he sat and listened to her.
Was it a conversation in the beginning? I mean, that they spoke about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said they spoke about it, but the result of that is you are going. Flowers. I am not getting you anything, Jazz. I'm not getting you shit. But I need a case of orange soda for Valentine's Day. Okay,
But she said that she's always been vocal about her desire for flowers every once in a while.
I get that part.
Brandon, you want orange soda,
do
but
that.
I never get Brandon
You know
orange
some
soda.
men that just bring home the flowers.
I understand that
nice.
part, but we're focusing on the day of Valentine's Day, the day of love, right? And you're planning for this day of love, and you were telling your significant other that I am not getting you anything. But
we are not getting each other
right, because it's about me today.
This is about me. I need these daisies, okay? And I don't know how prevalent daisies are during the winter.
Well, so what's the problem? Because you remember that one last episode we're talking about Valentine's Day ideas, right?
Yeah.
And the spa day came up, and he said, "Nah, I don't want to share the spa experience. You just do everything to me." So what's the difference?
The difference is that I'm not telling anyone that I am not getting you anything, but I expect something in return. I expect something.
I expect to have, you said, I just want the whole spa day to be about me.
Right, but I said if it can't be about me, then I'm happy to make it about her.
Okay, so one or the other.
It's the same thing.
Right. But she didn't say one or the other. No, but she's not saying. But she's not saying.
She did. I don't want anything. I just want flowers.
And I don't want to get you anything.
She didn't say she didn't want to get him anything. That's what they agreed on. And he got her fucking earrings instead. So at the end of the day, he don't listen.
Forever.
I'll get the fuck out of here with all that shit. I don't want to hear that.
What else, man? What else, Rell?
That was a good one.
That was spicy.
So this one is just a funny one to end on.
Mm-hmm.
So worst Valentine's Day experience.
Oh no.
I used to go for a haircut every Thursday after work as my barber was open late that day. It was always packed and you have to wait for ages. But I got there and I sat in the chair and was seen right away. I chatted to my barber while other two barbers were bored with nothing to do, sat there as well. The whole time, no one came into the shop and I turned to my barber and I said, "Why is it so quiet tonight?" To which the shy barber, who never spoke, looked up from his phone and said, "It's Valentine's Day." And my head just dropped and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. I thought it was just a cute, funny one.
All right.
That was you.
Oh, how was
on the couch with your socks almost off?
Yeah, I was good. I was excited. I was excited to edit the episode with Dr. Elsa. I was all excited to get that shit done. You know, just, hey, listen, I got to spend time with good people. One of those people was planning on coming to the club on that night as well.
And which one?
Shannon.
Mm.
Yeah,
stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told you it's going to be a whole thing. I'm happy we're past Valentine's Day. We survived it. Jazzy, I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day this evening with your guy.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you got him. I hope you take care of him.
Got him flowers?
I like it. I like getting flowers. You can give me flowers.
Do you have a specific flower you like?
No.
Okay.
It's whatever.
You don't care.
It's like just life in this house. Like I need that additional life, a different additional organism other than me to help clear the air. I do want some plants. I've been looking at plants. I want to be a plant daddy.
Oh, I'm gonna get you your first plant then.
Cactus.
Oh shit! Why
he'll kill that?
You'll kill that? Damn!
I say that with like
so much love.
Why would I kill a cactus?
Because you're a first time plant dad, first time daddy.
Yeah, but he's home all the time. He's a stay at home.
I don't trust him.
I'm hardly not home anymore.
No, I don't believe it. You're home. You're home at night.
Barely.
All I need is some sun and maybe water once a week.
See, I need plants that thrive indoors on light bulb light.
And you'll know when it's not getting no love. You got to talk to it. That'll be your bitch.
See,
plants would be your little bitch.
That's it.
And you can talk to it however you want.
You know,
put it in the sun, move it from the sun.
Call me plant daddy.
Spray some. You're gonna have that fancy water sprayer.
All that.
You know what? We get a little kit.
I was wanting a bonsai tree.
Oh,
those are really hard.
I know. My dad had one, like Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Karate Kid came out and my mom got him a bonsai tree. It's got like the ugliest bonsai tree ever. It's like a bush. It's like somebody just got to rip the limb off a bush and stuck it.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's supposed to look like a little baby tree. It just looked like a baby bush arm. It ain't last long, but yeah, I want to be a plant daddy.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Plant daddy.
Plant daddy. That would be a great song.
Plant daddy.
Write a song. All right. Excuse me. As I cough and cough and cough. All right. I think that's it.
That's it.
we made it through this show. I didn't think we were going to make it through based on how we were beginning, how we started.
This ain't.
Why?
We always come
We were
through.
struggling a little bit.
Why were you struggling?
Because our energy, you know, sometimes our energy be chill, and then you got us all up in that conversation. So
yeah,
we're good. You too laid back for me, right?
Me? I had a week, man.
Violent.
Burnt my car up.
Oh dang!
But I burn it up. They put the battery in backwards. Fried my alternator. Fried my relay.
Oh my god! You can't do nothing to them. Damn.
No, they took care of it. They took care of it. But it was. I went to the. Yeah.
How you put in the battery? They were either high as fuck or drunk.
No. To be fair, and I watched him do it. In every other car in the history of the world, the black cable is the negative, the color cable is the positive. Not my motherfucking backward ass car. It's the opposite. I watched him do it. Like I'm sitting there, like, and he had to work hard to put it in backwards. It wasn't even. He was hammering the thing down so it wouldn't fit. And I had a date that night, so I went to the car wash. Car died at the car wash. I had to get it jumped. So I went to Vance Auto down the street and was like, this will take 15 minutes. And I can go home, I can shower, and I can go and pick her up and bring her back. She was hanging out here. And what was supposed to take 15 minutes took an hour, like trying to figure it out. Then I left, like my dashboard was lit up like Christmas. My power steering wasn't working. I didn't know my alternator was fried. So at this point, I'm like, I'm coming to get you. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, I am coming to get you.
I don't care if it's an hour. I will be there. You understand me?
Dang.
I was on a mission. I go all the way up to Philly, and the car is driving strong. Like, I got no power steering, but I'm like, wow, this new battery makes a difference. I pick her up. We're on our way back to Chester. We're in Chester, and like the car starts losing power. So I'm like,
not in Chester.
In Chester on 95. So then, got to get the car towed. Like,
you had a night.
I had a night, man.
And she held it down with you.
She held it down. And what was dope is, so she's a therapist, and she's getting her PhD in sex therapy and all that. So she was like,
love you some doctors.
I don't know, right?
I can't.
Some
they just
sex
love me.
Sex doctors at that. That's what. Yeah, I think that's good for you.
It's good for me. So she said, she was like, it's interesting. Like, I'm glad I got the experiences with you because I got to see how you handle stress. You handled it very well. So we rolled back home in the tow truck. Tow truck driver was off the hook. Motherfucker had no teeth. He was telling all kinds of stories.
That's a whole adventure.
Yo, it was a whole adventure.
Was your first date?
Yeah.
Oh, that was probably a bomb.
I like that.
Yeah.
My God.
Dang, y'all should have had some edibles with that.
Lord, God, yo. Yeah, and then it's like, damn, how am I going to get you back? I ain't have a car.
Oh. Uber.
From here to Philly?
Yeah.
Like, I'm already on a shoestring. Her roommate came and got her. So it was all
nice.
good. So I'm like, man, you have to stay tonight. Drink some out.
You could have got her an Uber home.
I would have gotten her an Uber home. It just would have hurt. But no, they took care. Like, they were so nice about everything. Like, there was no static. They paid for my loaner. I had a 2024 Atlas. That shit is so nice. Now I need an Atlas. I need Volkswagen Atlas. It was so nice. Turn that shit on Monday, and then it snows on Tuesday.
You didn't check what the weather was going to be?
Well, I couldn't keep it. My car was fixed. Like, they were like, your car, come get your shit.
And swap it out.
Yeah, swap it out.
Dang,
so,
you didn't have any fun with it.
None. I almost died like 5 times going into work Tuesday morning in that snow, like in PA.
Really? Yeah, you guys got more snow up there.
Yeah. So that's why I'm chill. I'm calm. I've been up since 3:30 this morning. I still got a long day ahead of me. So yes, that's why I'm chill.
Okay. Old school rocking over there.
Merch.
That's cute.
So, yeah. I'll strap y'all up. We still finalizing shit.
All right, y'all. Thank you for listening to today's episode. This is the Cultured Misfits podcast. Jazzy, where can they find us?
You can find me justslim.j on Instagram and TikTok. And make sure you follow us and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, all those good stuff. Brandon, where can they find you?
We're not going to do Rell first.
Brandon, where can they find you?
They can find me on 88.9 FM every Friday from 9 to 9:20 a.m. for the Soul School Mix. Every Friday with the lovely Lena, Erica Kane, the amazing Lena J, at DJ Silk on all the things. And if it's not DJ Silk, it's DJ Silk Club. So. Rell.
And you can find me on Instagram at Rell Traveling. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.